My name is Vinod Richharia. I have completed 44 years of my working life on 14th of January 2021, just a few days back. So what we will discuss, to begin with, as a warm-up, let's discuss where are we in terms of health safety business globally in different industries, what we are doing, what is our approach, what the professionals, the managers, the engineers, they think about health safety and what they are doing currently, and then what we'll do after we have just gone through this in very short time. We'll try to analyze, fine, here we are, this is what we are doing. Is it effective? Are we getting the result? I don't know. We'll see it. And after that analysis, if in case we are not effective or we are not as effective as we want to be, then we will look into what is the need, where we should change, what is the need of the hour. So this will be our few minutes discussions after this. We are all engineers, we are all professionals. What do we do? No rocket science here. We design, we construct, we operate, we maintain, and we manage. I don't think anybody will disagree with these activities which an engineer carries out. Yeah, you can have so many sub-activities and sub-activities, but in this session particularly, it's not our intention to go into those details. This is what high level we do. And in these all activity, health safety is an element, not only is an element, is an important element. So in next few slides, we will see what we are doing. So what is the current status? What is our approach? Let's just have a look. What's happening today in the world, where we are. You will agree with me that HSE staff on the projects, whether the projects is in the concept stage or all the way it's in operational stage, we have a permanent presence of HSE staff, qualified HSE engineers, supervisors, we are level, and we really proud of it. Oh, we are committed, we have provided the right resources. What else we are doing? We are very good in capturing the data, reporting what's happening, accidents, statistics, lagging indicators, leading indicators. Pages of reports are available there, and whenever there is an accident, big investigation, you can see books, thousands of pages investigation reports are generated, circulated, read by people as lessons learned. And the big change which I have seen in last decade or last 2 decades is people cannot run away from their responsibilities, particularly the individuals, those who are doing the job, and the contractors. There is no conflict now. Clear responsibilities are defined. People are made accountable. They are made responsible. And not only that, if there is a failure, the person who is responsible, the person who is accountable is punished, is tested. What I call all of these reactive measures. This is what is happening, is our reaction, isn't it? What we have seen, fine, but this is not the end. There are more. What are those? We talk about cultural differences. When people can't implement, when people can't achieve, they come up with number of excuses, and one of the excuses is globalization. Oh, I am here in Middle East. Middle East is a completely international community. You have in one project, you may have people working from 50 different nationalities, and they come from different culture. Their acceptance of hazards, their awareness about safety, their approach to the safety is very different. And we keep complaining, oh, this person is from XYZ country, and in that country, this ABC issue is routine. It's business as usual. So they don't see it as a hazard. They don't see it as a safety risk. That's why they don't do it. And that's why they keep ignoring whatever we tell them, no matter how much we train them, because they are not trainable. They have seen, 30 years in their life, XYZ issue as a business as usual. So training is just, goes like this. What I call it is behavioral approach. So we have seen one before, that is our reactions our reactive approach. Second, we have behavioral approach where we analyze and try to change behavior of the people. Fine, that's what we are doing. But is it the end? No, there are more. What is that? When this feedback goes to the leadership, to the management, to those who are building and developing the systems, they have developed a lot of work instructions, procedures, manual, checklist, permit to work system is there, toolbox talks is there, job safety analysis, and you can full number of pages by these things which we have really developed, given a system to the people. No matter whether the person is working at the lowest level in the organization ladder or he is on the senior level, everybody has loads and loads of instructions, loads of checklists, loads of work permits, loads of risk analysis to do. So what we are doing? Actually, we are telling them what to do and what not to do. So now this becomes three. One, reactive approach. Two, behavioral approach. Three, telling people what to do, what not to do, do's and don'ts. And one more I have added here. This is not the end. And what I'm showing is the last, but it is not least. So what happens when all this feedback goes to the boardrooms and people like, I'm wearing it just to look nice in front of you. But those who always wear and sit in the boardroom, they start criticizing, oh, people do not understand what is the importance of HSE. HSE is the last priority. Fine. And when you come down to the shop floor level, they say, thank you, sir. I have a lot to do. Don't put more on my head. Let me do my job. Let me complete my project. So they see these HSE-related measures as obstacles, as hurdle to their day-to-day activity. There is always somebody who is responsible for regulatory compliance, and he says, okay, don't worry, do whatever you want, I'll manage everything, right? And obviously, health safety is definitely, people say it's a thankless job, I do it for you, but what you say, oh, you're, another safety man. This is a thankless job. So what is this? This is what we think, and I call this is our point of view. So let me remind you, reactive measures, behavioral approach, do's and don'ts, and point of view. This is where we are today. Although these are there for many years, where this has taken to us, there are some examples. I started my career with this company, which is there on your screen, Union Carbide Bhopal plant. This Union Carbide Bhopal had an accident in 1984 where more than 2,000 people initially died, and finally the figure went up to 10,000. And more than 100,000 people were affected. There are legal battles going on. The then chairman, Warren Anderson, Union Carbide Corporation chairman, has expired 3 years back. And I know in this webinar, there are a lot of people from India. Definitely those who are from India, they must be still seeing the news about Union Carbide and the accident and the losses, life and ill health. This is what has happened. Although those things were to a certain extent in place. Fine, that's 1984. We move forward. In 1988, Piper Alpha, those who are associated with oil and gas industry and those who are in HSE, they must have read this case study in all of their courses, or at least in one of their courses. What happened there? The biggest fire is still known. There is still some, debate going on, which was the worst one. But this is one of the worst, where the complete platform collapsed and around more than 150 people they died. Still there were some survivors, but one of the major accident. It was 1988. Move forward, 2005, Bombay High North. There was again an accident when a vessel collided with the Bombay High North platform. And this was actually very well managed. I would say well managed. It doesn't mean that this is something we should accept. There were very few casualties, but it still is a big loss. There was a fire, there was still lives lost, and the whole platform was gone. These are all oil and gas related. In 2011, we have this Fukushima, where this nuclear disaster happened in Japan. We all are aware of it. And I can, quote many more. We have 2010 in Brazil, where this oil spill took place. So I told you what we are doing. What is our current approach, what we are doing. Then I have shown you some examples. So these examples tell me and tell the fraternity that we are not affected by what we are doing. It tells us that we are not able to achieve the desired results. And what is desired results? What we desire is life for everybody, safety for everybody, no loss of lives actually. And we are not able to achieve it. So what we should do, we have to move forward and we have to think about the systematic approach. What is systematic approach? If one can demonstrate in everything one does that he plans, do checks and take actions where necessary, that's what is in general, simple terms, systematic approach. So we have been definitely planning, we have been implementing, and we are not able to get the desired results. So it's time for checking, time for taking some actions, time for bringing some changes in our approach. So what is the need of the hour? As I said, it's time to change. Change what? We have seen earlier that we are focusing more on our reactive approach. We must change that reactive approach to more proactive approach. We have been focusing a lot on behavioral approach. Instead of behavior, we must think about value-based approach, how we can add value. We have been talking a lot about do's and don'ts. Instead of talking about do's and don'ts, we should talk about why and why not. When you tell a people, you do this because, or you don't do this because, that is more effective than do this or don't do this. And then last but not least, we must stop having our own point of view, but we must start looking things, viewing the points, what is the point, whatever we are doing. So when we change this approach, there are a lot of new technologies, there are a lot of new tools are coming to manage. World is still showing a lot of responsibility, a lot of responsible corporate. So we have to raise the bar. We have achieved certain performance level and we have to increase this performance level, and for that we have to raise our bar. It's like high jump, when you're practicing, you put a bar here, when you're able to jump, and you raise it, and then you practice more, then you practice more. So here we have to raise our health and safety performance bar. Thank you from my side.